You people able to see my screen, right? Okay. Okay, fine. 1 second. Let's wait for 1 minute so that everyone can join. So now yesterday we learned about the basic installation, how we can install the Bootstrap and all those things we have learned it, right? So let's open this Bootstrap website. And now here, so this is the basic introduction, the download, how we can install this Bootstrap thing, and the basic container concepts, breakpoints. We have learned about the breakpoints. What are the different types of breakpoints existing? So if we try to see in our notepad, these are the breakpoints that exist in the Bootstraps are supported. If you want to write your own breakpoints, means we can write it, not a problem, as we already learned about the media queries. Using that media queries, we can implement this Bootstrap thing. So min width, for example, if you want to write Bootstrap around 1600 pixel, so you can make it as something super extra large or anything, you can make it and you can implement it. It's not a problem. So that is the customization thing. Now here, these are the things Bootstrap will give you out of the box: extra small, small, medium, large, extra large, and double XL. So these are indicated by like this, the shorthand. So we will be using most of the times these things only: XL, LG. Here you will be having MD, and this is an SM. So by default, if you don't mention anything, it's an extra small only. Okay, by default, if you don't mention anything, it's an extra small. If you mention any breakpoint, these infix means, so it will act according to that resolution. Now another topic what we have learned is the container. The container is nothing but which covers our main website. So main website means the main body. So leaving this header, if you want to add the header and all those things also, if you want a gap width minimum like that, we can add it. If you don't want, if you want only the body, the main content of that one to come in, so you can use these different types of containers that are supported. And also the same scenario, you can use this shorthand infix things, infix for this container -sm, container what I can say, MD, LG, XL, double XL, like this you can use. So that according to that, up to that resolution, it will try to give the fixed width. So remaining all resolutions, it will try to give the full width. And another concept what we have learned is the container-fluid. Container-fluid. So these are the few things that we have learned on in our previous session. Now let's move on to little bit deeper into this grid concept in our Bootstrap. So let's try to see it. So this is our code, right? So we have understood about this container thing. And now, so for each container, for example, let's say that you have in your project or anything, something like you have product section. Okay, you'll be having a product section, and next you will be having something around feedback section. Okay, so in your website, in your layout, something like this, so you will be having something around most viewed products. Okay, so this type of sections you will be having. One by one you will show it. For example, if you go to the W3 schools which you people are learning, so if you try to see these W3 schools, here also we can divide it in such a way that the first one is the banner section or head main section, and second one is, this one is nothing but HTML section, and this is one CSS section, and this is one JavaScript section, so Python, SQL, so like this. So these are all multi-language sections, and each one it is again one section, PHP, jQuery, like this. Okay, so like this it is there. So if you try to see here also, they have divided into 4 equal parts, 4 calls, and they are using some like this. So everything, if you try to see, everything is in row and column layout. So this is one row, color picker section. So like this you are having. In the same scenario, what we'll try to do is we'll try to have these 3 sections. Now each one, how you can maintain is, so one row, okay, it is a one row, and here you will be having one row. So the each are classified as one row. Okay, if you try to understand, so in simple ways. So if you are unable to understand it, in simple ways, what I can say is, so this is one section, this is one section, this is one section. So row is nothing but what I can say is, in table we have already learned about the row, right? So one row, second row, third row. So one by one vertical alignment, these all things will be divided as a row. Now horizontal division. So vertical division we have did it. So row we have divided. So here nothing but this color picker and code game is, this is the first row, this is the second row. So one below the other, right? So 2 rows this is. So normally W3 schools having so many rows. Just I am showing you. So these two things, if you try to consider it. So this is first row and this is the second row. So in the same scenario, we have divided first row and the second row. Now in this row, what we'll try to do is, so let's try to have something around. So let's try to visualize the, what I can say, the layout. Now if you try to see here, these are divided into 2 sections. Okay. So one is one column and 2 columns. So here you are having 2 sections. So now what you can do here, you can divide it into one column, and another one is another column. So these are the 2 columns that has been divided, if you try to observe. So one column and 2 column. Inside this one, you will design your own CSS and all those things. We will try to see how we can design these all things also. We will be having the Bootstrap classes. First, you need to understand the layout. Now this is also the same scenario, 2 layout. This is also 2 layout, 2 layout. These all things are one and the same. Now if you try to see here, this one is also 2 layout. So one it has been divided. So here, but you are having a background color total box. Here also, if you try to give the background color, it will be a total box. Something like, so this box and here the output box is one and the same, if you try to observe. Okay, they are on the same equal alignment. So these are the main things you need to understand. So they are in the equal alignment there. So you people are missing the alignments actually. So they are in the equal alignments, if you try to observe. So these all can be achieved with this Bootstrap thing. Now here also you can say something like call. So you'll be having 2 calls like this, you can maintain it. Okay. Now if you try to see, now here comes the another type of layout. So you can assume this one as another row, and here you are having 1 2 3 4 are there. So now what I can do, I can divide it into 4 rows here. So I can use it, 4 columns. So don't confuse with the rows and columns. So now 1 2 3 4. Now I have divided into 4 columns. Now this is the thing. So now I have got this 4 thing, and I have got these 2 things, and these 2 things also we have decided. Now let's try to see the output. Okay. Now if you try to see the output, let's try to add some data here. So I am adding some data. Now if you try to see it, so here exactly 2 halves is there, 2 halves is there, 1 2 3 4 halves is also there. So if you want to give the gap and all those things, those are different things. So we'll learn about those all things also. Gutter you can give it, so that you will be having a gaps between this one. Here you will be able to see some gap is there. So we can make use of those things. So those are different. So we'll try to learn it. Now we understood that layout thing. So now here we have equally divided these all things into different layout. So 2 we have divided, 4 also we have did it. Now the concept what we need to learn is, so you understood about the grid concept. Okay. So now the grid concept, the layout thing. So yesterday what we have learned about the basic layout, basic call. So we have understood, we have checked the one basic website. Okay, we have checked one basic website and we have did it. Now what I want you what we need to check is, so here we are able to see this call 3 calls. If it has divided means, so 3 equal it has been divided. And also another thing you need to understand is, so every column layout will be divided into 12. Okay, everything will be divided into 12. So for example, let's say that, so if you are having 4 1 2 3 and 4 here, so it will be divided into something 4 3, it will be shared between these things. three column layout will be shared. Okay, now if you want to say, for example, let's say that it need to take 4, so this also we have seen it. So call -4 it will be take, means 4 has been taken by this one, and remaining what are there, 8 is there, 8 will be shared by these three, by these three guys. Now if you try to see the output, so which one is having 4 things, so it will have some bigger width. Okay, why? Because in the 12 it is taking the fourth part. Now if you want to have 6 means, so exactly 6 means a total is divided into 12, so it is taking 6 means exactly half it is taking, so remaining half these 3 has to share it. So now if you try to see, so exactly half it is there, and remaining remaining half is shared by these 3 columns. So like this also we can do it. So now if I try to make it as 12, so we have already seen, so entire 12 is taking, the remaining calls what it will try to do, it will try to take the, okay, it will try to take the new line. So if we will get confused, I will try to comment out this thing. Okay, now okay, so here let's try to see the output. Now if I try to see the output, here the first call is having around call is having, so to equal with it is take, but immediately the second one wants the 12 column layout. So 12 column layout, if it wants, means in the first row it cannot be fitted, so because of this reason it has shifted to the second one. So the first one in this center is so it is single only, right? So it has took the entire width. Call means it will take the entire thing. So now here it will take the, it took the 12, call 12 means we are telling that to, for the second one to take the 12 column layout, so it has took the entire thing, and remaining 2 are there. So what it will try to do, so here it will try to take the 2 things, but it will try to share it between the two guys. So like this it will happen. So you need to understand the concept, so when you are trying to use it, so everything will be a 12 column layout. So in this 12 column layout, so the calls will be distributed. So now this is the thing, these are the things you will be having. Now next thing what you will be having is, for example, let's say that, so everything should be taken call. Okay, so everything will be for example, let's say that call -sm-8. Let's say that I want to take this one call -sm-8. Now if you try to see the output, okay, so now here you will be able to see that this one is taking entire thing. Now if you try to see, sm means small screen, right? So if you try to see here the small screen, okay, this is still it is having like this only, call -8 means everything it will take. For example, let's try to make it as call -md-8. From md onwards it will try to see. Hey, what is that? Yeah, so let's try to make it as call. Okay, so call means everything will be called. So but from now here what it is trying to do, so now I have made something like call -md-8. md-8 means from medium screen onwards take the call as 8. So how we have represented, right? Call -8, so take the 8 parts, but a medium screen and below means you take the equal width. So if you try to see the output, so now here this one is a small screen, so every call to has taken the equal thing. Now if I try to increase it, so to the medium screen, now if you try to see up to here medium, let's, now you got the medium thing. So now you got the medium, now it took the eighth part. Now from here onwards medium, you go on medium, so medium greater than medium means it will be 8 only. For example, let's say that in the large screen I want again something around it need to take 4 part only. So now you are saying that, so whatever it is not mentioned, so you take the equal width, but whenever you are having the medium screen, so it should be 8 parts, but when it shifted to the LG it should be 4 parts. Now if you try to see here, so first it is coming all the time. When it is coming, okay, when it is coming, these are equal parts. Okay, so this because of this call, so this is a small screen. Now if you try to see, if you go on up to the medium, we know that it is an eighth part, so it took the 8 parts. Now LG, if you try to see the LG, I will try to open the inspect element also, so that you will try to see the resolution. So here if you try to see, LG means 992. So when it goes greater than 992, so here still it is 934, 935, 992. Yeah, here if you try to see 992, it took the fourth part. Okay, so call to has took the fourth part. So this is fourth part means, so now each one normally it has to share the three equal parts, but if we have took 4 means, so little bit larger it will be compared to the other guys. Now if you try to see the output, so this is little bit larger is there. Why? Because so total is 12, so it should be something around 3 3 3 3 it has to share, but I told that it should take 4, so that means remaining it will be something around 3.5 or something like that it will be. So that combining total combine it should be 12. The count should be 12. So because of that reason. Now in the Excel screen, what I want is Excel hyphen, it should be around 10. Let's say that it should be around 10. So now let's try to improve it. So now here if I try to increase it. So let's go to 1200 pixels. So now it is 1166. Now when you increase to 1200, see 1200 pixel, immediately it has shifted to what I can say 10th part. So remaining two things it's shared by the between these three. Okay, now if you try to see, so nothing. Okay, so like this you need to do it. Now let's see that. So now here I will try to write a code in a such a way that div, so class, okay, this should be something around call hyphen 6. Okay, so call 6, so default one is a 6. Now here call hyphen 6, this is also call hyphen 6. Let's assume that we are having two items in a such a way that these two things are call hyphen 6, or otherwise what I want to do is, so these are the two things I want these two items, okay, these two items to come one by one down. So to come one by one down means in the mobile I want it to come one by one down. So in the mobile means normally what I can do, so I can make it as call hyphen 12. So what it will try to do here, so each things will come one by one down. So fine, it is fine. So in mobile it is one by one, but now what I want is in the small screen it should come side by side. So what I can do here, in the small screen it should be something around side by side. So like this you need to divide it. So easy way I am explaining you. So now here, so in the small, so in the mobile screen it is coming one by one, and in the small screen it is coming side by side. In the medium screen what I want to do is, so call 6 should take somewhat about more than half of the screen, and remaining it should be remaining things it should be taken. So for example, let's say that call hyphen sm hyphen in the medium screen I am taking test 10th part, and here you can shift it to something like 2. Okay, so 10 plus 2 is 12, 6 plus 6 12. So you should maintain these all the things. Now if you try to see, so exactly what it will try to do, or otherwise if you don't mention also remaining thing it will take it. But I am trying to explain you clearly. Now it took the 10th part, and now here it took the 2 parts. Okay, if you don't mention this also automatically it will be shifted, but I am explaining you these things. Okay, now these are the things. Now for example in the large screen, so here call hyphen lg hyphen, so in the large screen I want something like around 6. So again it should be in the large screen it should be 6. Okay, from large onwards it should be 6 only. So from large XL XSL also it should be 6. So 6 means equal half it should be shared. Now if you try to see, here it is there. Now if you try to see large screen it is equally. So from here onwards it will be equally only. So if you want to mention in the XL XSL also you can write it. Now if you try to see the code we have written in such a way that the responsive, here it is taking equal time, and here in the medium screen it is taking like this. So according to our respective output, so here it is taking half, and again here these are coming one by one down. So we have made these two layouts in the different breakpoints to behave in a different way. So without writing single CSS, so we have made these things to respond according to the device resolution. So this is how you will be maintaining the column thing. So these are the concepts how you will be maintaining. Okay, so now the another thing is what you need to understand is, so something like some of the things are there which you will be using less often. Something like, let's say that I am having call into 6. Let's say that I'm having calls of 6. Okay, let's try to do call into 6. I am having 6. Okay, so now I am having 6 columns. Let's try to see the output. If you try to see the output, here equally it will be divided in any resolution. So I am using the call, it will be equally distributed in any resolution. Now I want that for each row only 2 items, only 2 columns should be taken. So how can I tell is, so one option what you will be having is row hyphen calls hyphen 2. So I can tell to that one that in each row only 2 columns should be taken. So now it will be divided in a such a way that so each row has a 2 columns only. If you try to see the output, see now default one is in one row only these all calls will try to fit it. But when you try to mention that row hyphen calls hyphen 2, so you can do you can fit it. So for example, if I want only 3 things means, so now you will get exactly 3 columns, it will be fitted. I don't know why this is so because of this call it is trying to translate it, I think. Okay, so now you are able to understand it, right? So now you can also determine how many calls has to appear. You can also control this call. By default, call means it will take in a single row. By using this call, you can control how many rows it has to take it. So as the same scenario, you will be having these all the things also. Calls hyphen md, like this calls hyphen sm. So for example, let's say that so everything should be calls hyphen 3, whereas in the medium screen it should be call row hyphen calls hyphen let's say that 4. Okay, so now in this sorry, in the medium in sm screen, let's say so like this. In medium screen you can use row hyphen calls hyphen md hyphen 6, only 2 by 2, or otherwise let's say okay, let's make it 2 by 2. Let's see, try to see it from medium screen onwards, it should be 6 only. By sm screen it should be 4 means 3 will come here, 3 means 4 will come. 3 means okay, only 3 should be there. In 3 means only 3 rows, in one row 3 columns will be there. Here I am telling that in a small screen, in single row 4 columns should be there. In the medium screen, in a single row it should be 6 columns. Let's try to see the output. Now if you try to see the output, here this is the large screen. So from medium screen onwards, so if you mention this medium screen, if you don't mention anything means that from medium screen onwards it will take the 6th thing. So now 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, there is already 6 things, so it is took the 6. So for example, let's try to add it another one. Okay, now the second one will take that 6 here. Okay, everything is there like this, only gap. Now if you try to see, okay, now if I try to do it, let's try to do it here. Okay, now if I try to do this one, so here so row hyphen calls hyphen 3, so each one it is taking 1 2 3 1 2 3 like this it is taking. So fine. So when it comes to the small screen, it should take 4. Yeah, it is taking 1 2 3 4, and one remaining all 3 has been shifted downwards. So how many are there? It is shifted downwards. Now the second one what we are having, so now if I try to show you, yeah, here so md hyphen 6, 1 2 3 4 5 6, 6 has been shifted. So like this you can also use this row hyphen calls thing to use the calls, how many columns has to come. So this is also one of the ways. So which way you want it, you can use it, so not a problem. So everything will have a infix that smmd. You need to understand this about the smmd, that's it. So this is all about this column layout. And now I will show you another scenario also. For example, let's say that this is the row and here this is the row, so simple row I am having. Okay, now what I will try to do is, let's say that I am having a div class is equal to, so I am having 2 columns. Okay, so let's say that I am having 3 columns. Let's say that I am having 3 columns. I am having 3 columns. Now you know that the output it will be shifted to 3 equal parts. Fine, it's fine. Now what I want is, so I don't want to shift to 3 equal parts. I will use something like from small screen onwards it will be, from small screen onwards it should be from small screen onwards it should take something around this should be 3, and call hyphen sm hyphen this should be 2, and here this should be 2. Okay, now the total is how much? 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, I want like this only, so it should be out of total one row means it is having 3 columns. So out of this column, so it should take 3 columns, 2 columns, 2 columns. So that means total 7 are there. So remaining how many of them are left out? 8 9 10 11 12. Okay, 5 columns has been left out. So let's try to see how the output will come. Now if you try to see the output, so now if you try to see it, okay, so we have the border black for the container. Because of that one, you are getting again another black. So this is the container border, so don't think about that one. So now I will try to remove it so that you will have an idea. Now if you try to see, so 1 2 3 has been used like this. Okay, so remaining 5 columns are there, right? So they are left out like this only. But what I want is column 1 should be left side and column 2 and column 3 should go to the right side. Okay, should go to the right side. So this should not be attached with the column 1. So this should be attached to the right side. So what I need to do now, so here, so already 5 columns are left out ideally, and these are taking the first 7 only. So I want to take this one. Column 1 should take the first, what I can say here, the first 3 columns. Remaining columns it should keep the gap, and remaining it has to take. So one thing what you can do is, so here div class is equal to call hyphen sm hyphen 5, right? So these are the 5 things it has left out. So you can use something like nbsp. I will try to show you now here. So one gap is there between this one, so you will not write anything in this one. So we have added the border in order to differentiate for you. So we are getting border. Normally if you try to remove this border, how it will appear? Oh, sorry. So if you try to remove this border, how it will appear? So this one is right left side and these two are right side. Okay, so now you can do this. Now you can implement like this. So now this one has shifted right side and this one has shifted this one has shifted left side, this one has shifted right side. Now, at the middle we are giving 5 gaps. We know that total columns are 12, so we have equally distributed so that this is taking 4 and remaining 2 are taking 4. So 4, I don't remember this one how much we have to, yeah, 3. These two are taking 4, so remaining 3 4 5 6 remaining 12 minus 7, so 5 I am getting, so I am dividing it into 5. So now whatever the screen resolution, if you try to see, so I am using the SM means up to the small screen it will be like this only. But when it goes to this mobile, so one by one it will get one by one you will get gap. And here if you try to see, this call hyphen sm hyphen 5 is also one column, so you got a gap here. Okay, so now this is one way of implementation. But what this one will try to give is, oh, now Bootstrap will have an extra another class to give the gap between this one. So where you want this gap, so before this call to I want a gap, so now you can add something like offset means gap, offset hyphen sm. So from small screen numbers I need to get a gap. So what I want is, how many gap you want? 5, that's it. So now 3 plus 5 7, and you can count this one also. So before this sm2 you will get a gap. Now if you try to see the output, automatically you got a gap between these two. Now if I go to this one, so now the gap is not there in the mobile. Okay, so now if you go here, so you are getting a gap. In the same scenario, for example, in offset hyphen md, I want only 2 gap only. So two column gap only I want to gap. So that means 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 only. 9 only it will be, where from medium screen onwards. See, now you are having some gap here. Now if you go like this, so for the small screen we have told that equal, so here it took the 5 column gap. But if you go to this medium screen onwards, it will go little bit. See here it has moved little bit forward. So like this you can also give the gap between the columns. So if you want to give the gap between the columns means, we can use this offset, and also this, what I can see is infix we can use for small, medium. So if you want for large screen means you can give it. These are all the things you can do it. Okay, so this is one of the offset thing. So most probably these are the only things which you will be using more often. So offset, giving the gap, and dividing this column thing, so 12 column layout and all those things. So these are the things you will be having. And another one is, for example, let's say that you are having this one. Okay, so now you are having a call div, let's say that our layout, let's try to design our layout. So I will be having a call, single call. Okay, and here I will be having an image, src is equal to, we don't have an image, right? Let's try to take an image. Let's try to take an image. Here in this image I am having one image. Okay, let's see it. What I will try to do is any image or desktop image. Let's try to see, not Google, so let's try to type it only images. anything, you'll take it. Let's try to take it. Open image in new tab. Yeah, this image. Now I have an image here. Okay, now I have an image. So just I'm showing you. Now we are having a p item. So here we are having some text, right? Okay, now we are having some text. Now let's try to see the output, how it will be. So we got an output in a such a way that, so column means it will take the only single column is there, it will take the entire thing. Now what we are having, so now we are having a image and the floated text. Okay, the text is there. Now what we want here, so previously we have learned it, right? So we want our text to be floated. Okay, we want our text to be floated. So what I can do here, so I can write, so which way you need to float it. So you need to float it to the start or to the end. So to left or right, start or end, or left or right. So now you want, first for example, let's say that you want to float it to the left side. So you can use something like class is equal to float hyphen start. You can use this one, float hyphen start. Now if you try to see or use the output, see automatically the image has been floated and the text has been came up. So now for example, I don't want this float. I want this float to this image should be floated right side. So you can use something like end. Okay, so you can use the end. Now the image will be floated. Now in the larger images, okay, fine. So now if you try to see in the larger images, it's fine. So here it is floating, right? So in the medium, let's say that this is medium or what? Yeah, no, there is not medium. This is in the small screen. Sorry, this is medium only. So in the small screen, in the medium screen, I don't want this one to be floated. So what I can do, all the places, okay, let's float it from medium screen onwards. What you want to do, so or otherwise what you can do is from medium screen onwards, let's try to float it. Okay, from medium screen onwards, let's try to float it. Now here see, it has been floated. Here you will not get floated, and here onwards it will be floated. So for example, let's say that from large screen only it should be floated. Okay, from large screen only it should be floated means, so you can do it. Okay, so here you can use this one. So from large screen only it will be floated. From here all it will not be floated. So this making is a center and all those things, images, you'll see it. Those also you'll be having classes. So just I am showing you how we can do it. And also we can if you don't want to float means we can have the none also. So you can use this option also. So it will not be floated. For example, let's say that only in the medium screen only it should be floated. Let's say from up to medium screen it should be floated. From large screen onwards it should not be there means. So you can use this vice versa. So like this. Okay, like this also you can use it. So it's not a thing. So now this is the float concept. So these are all the different layout techniques. So by using these all combinations, we need to use this what I can say, the layout. So we need to design the layout. So we have seen how to differentiate the columns, and we have seen how to give the gaps between those things. These are all the things we have seen. So most probably these are all the things only it will be happening. Using these things we can define it. And the another one what we can get is, for example, let's say that we can also define the responsive images. For example, let's say that this image is there, right? So now here I can use something like image hyphen fluid, img hyphen fluid. So if I try to use this img hyphen fluid, so now this one will be in a fluid thing. So if you try to see, the image is exactly, okay, so the image is exactly here. So if you try to see, everything will be a fluid thing only. If you want to give something around, it should be 25% means you can use width hyphen 25, so that it will be 25% only it will be. If you want 50 means you can use the 50. Okay, so it will be 50 or 75%. So if you want to use 75% means you can use it 75. So like this you can also use the width thing. So this is how we will be giving this what I can say is responsive. And if you want the image to be displayed as thumbnail means you have an option something like thumbnail. Okay, you can use this img hyphen thumbnail. Now the image will be shown as a thumbnail. So now image will be shown as a thumbnail. So this one is a very big image, I think this is not showing. So image, if you want to show it as thumbnail, so you can use this one. So you'll get a border, actually you'll get a border around this one. If you try to see around this image, so you will get a nice small border. If you try to see here, you'll get a nice border. So this one is shifted, this one is converted as a thumbnail in order to show some profile picture and all those things. So there is no need to design this all the layout. So you can add image hyphen thumbnail so that that image will be displayed as a thumbnail. And the next one is, for example, I didn't added it this one as a float. Okay, let's say that. So now here you are having like this, right? So let's say that I want to display only 50% of its width only. The image should be only 50%. Now here I want this one to make it as what I can say center. So if you want to make it as a center, so what I can do, mx-auto I can use. So x means x-axis. X-axis I want to make it as an auto. So this one block I need to make it, I think. I don't know. So yeah. So now in order to make this one as a in order to make this image in the center means I can use this mx-auto. X means x-axis. Automatic means to share the gap between the x-axis equally. DFN block means, so as this one is an inline, so I shifted it to block level element so that it will take the entire row. It need to take the entire row, right? So that it can be shifted in this row. So this is the making the center. So this is the different types of things we can do it. So I think we have another option also, something like I don't know, we need to test it. So rounded, if we try to use it, I don't know what it will become. So let's try to see the output. Okay, so it will get a rounded corners. The image will be in the rounded corners. So these are the different types how we can manage the image. So rounded you can use it. Image img responsive. Okay, so responsive means in any resolution it will try to maintain the responsive. So if you want to show the image as a thumbnail, you can show it as a thumbnail. And how much width you want to show, this means 50% of its total size you can also make it. mx-auto means it will make align the center and all those things. D-block, you also know that this is a shortcut notation for display block. So if you want to add display inline means you can use the class d-inline. If you want to use this inline block means you can use this d-inline block. Okay, so these are the classes. So instead of adding, for example, let's say that I have some div. Okay, let's assume that you have some div ul items. Okay, and you will be having the li items, right? So you want to make this li display inline, right? So instead of that one you can use this d-inline block. So instead of writing the css code, so directly there is no need to go to the css file and write those all things. I can directly write here whatever the things I want it. Okay, so these are so many css are there. We can you can try to read it here in this one bootstrap things. Okay, so many things will be there. These are all grid things we have learned. Columns things also we have seen it. These are our alignments and all those things. Let's try to leave it in the real time. I will show you. So if I go on till these all the things means you will get confused. These are order thing and all those things are for example you are having 3 columns are there, first in dom, second in dom, third in dom. Now what he wants to did is, so here you will be able to understand. Okay, so first in dom, second in dom, third in dom, he has mentioned it. Now he has kept a class something like order-last. So when he kept his order-last, even though this one is at the first, so it will not display here, it will display in the last. So like this the order changes. So these are things are a little bit so these are waste only, not waste. So if you want to make this one as last means, so you can copy this one and you can paste it down. These are extra classes, so they are telling the features that they are available. These offset and all those things also we have seen it. These are important. These are md-auto means these are ms-auto. So this auto is also different thing, so we can use this offset instead of this one. So they're telling the different ways how you can do these all things. Floating concept also we have learned it. So that's it. Now we can see about the font size. So font size. So now we have learned about the layout thing. So we have understood about this layout. So columns, how we will be structuring, defining, dividing, these all things we have learned. So we'll try to do it in the real time. So first you need to understand how the call and call-sm, call-md are behaving. If do you have any doubts in this one up to here? So now the layout thing is the main concept in the Bootstrap. So we understood about this. If you understood about this one means remaining all are pretty easy only, direct, straightforward. So if you understood this one means then we can proceed to the next one. So you need to have practice actually. So when you get practice only, then you will understand. Now I will show you some of the concepts. So tomorrow we will do the real time project. Now let's try to see that. Typography means nothing but the text. So how you want to align the text. So different ways of alignment of the text. Bootstrap offers you the classes. Let's try to see from onwards. So we know that HTML has H1 to H6. So these are the H1 to H6. They are supported. So you can normally mention this one. So if you want to apply any class, okay, if you want to apply any styling for this one means you can apply a class is equal to h1. If you try to see here, class is equal to h1, it will give you some font size, different font size. And if you want something like customized headings, if you want to do the customized headings means you can also do it. It's not a problem. So you have another class, something like in order to display very bigger size, you'll be having another class, something like display-1, display-2, display-3, like this. Okay. So h1 itself, you can display it where how many types you want, you can display it. So for this one also class, you'll be having 6 different types. So now here you will be having a paragraph. So what he is trying to do is, so let's say that I am having a paragraph. So this is the paragraph, right? These are the 2 paragraphs we are having. Let's try to see the output for this one. There is this output. Yeah. So here we are having 2 paragraphs. Now he is telling that, so this one is the lead paragraph. Let's say that this is the main paragraph. So I want to give somewhat very font size, very somewhat bigger compared to the normal paragraph. So what I can do is, he's telling that you can use the lead option. Okay, so lead paragraph. This is a lead paragraph. Now if you try to use this lead paragraph, automatically see the text of this one has automatically changed it. So they have applied somewhat text things. So this is the thing he's trying to explain it. So if you want to make somewhat lead paragraph means you can use it. And these are all inline, underline, these all things. Okay, you can leave it. Abbreviations, these all things are there. Block quotes, you can mention the block quotes. If you try to see it, these all things you will understand it. Yeah. So now let's say that I want to make this one as a text as a center. Now if you try to see, where is this one? Yeah. So now if I want to make this text center align, what I can do, normally we will be using this style is equal to text align center. So there is no need to use this one. So we can use text hyphen center directly. Now it is center align. I don't want this text to be center align. I want to be right align. Right align means I think it will be text hyphen end, I think. Yeah. So it is right align. Default one is the left align only. So if you are, that there is no need to mention separately text hyphen start. So default text format is text, what I can say, that one is left alignment only. So if you want, wherever you want, you can use this text hyphen center and these things. Okay. So this is how you will be aligning the text. These are pretty straightforward only. They will try to explain you. Text center, block code, they are telling that you can use this block code wherever you want to use the block code. And yeah, list. So these are also one of the concept. So now what they are trying to tell is, so if you want to display these all lists one by one, so one by one means, so for example, let's say that you are having one div item. Let's assume that you are having one div, and here you are having li greater than ul, li greater than li into 3. I will use something like li top. Okay, so these are the li items you are having. That's only right. So you are having the li items you are having. So now here you can use. Now if you try to see the output, how it will try to look it. So here you will be able to see the li items, right? At the bottom you will be able to see the li items. Now I want to get these li items to be displayed side by side. So what he is trying to do is, so he is trying to tell that to use the classes. Where is this classes? Yeah, he's telling that. So list hyphen inline. Inline means we know that it should be coming side by side. So list hyphen inline, and each one you need to use something like list hyphen inline hyphen item. Okay. So like this. Or otherwise we'll try to see the output, how this output will come. So here list hyphen inline. Now if you try to see, if you, now we need to apply these all the things. Now if you try to see the output, so these all 3 has came side by side. See, so this is the thing he's trying to explain you. So different types of alignments of these all DDs, DTs. We also learn about this description list, description type, and description definition. So responsive font sizes. So we can use these all things. So these are all images also we have seen responsive image hyphen fluid. So we can use these all image hyphen fluid, image hyphen thumbnail. If you want to make it float start and float end, we have seen mx hyphen auto, rounded means rounded corners. Yes, that's it. So that's all about images. Yeah, tables thing. So we have table thing also. Tables also we can design it using the Bootstrap. So let's come to the table concept. These are all the things. Yeah. So div, I'm having a table. Let's try to design a table. I think that I have explained you the table concept in HTML. Yeah, I have explained you. So let's say that I'm having a tr, okay, and I am having a td. So person name Leela and country India. Okay, so these are the things. Let's assume that these are the things I'm having. So or otherwise company name Qual Minds. Okay, so let's say that you are having web developer. So these are all the concepts we are having. Let's try to see the output, or otherwise we have another row also. We'll be having multiple rows. So just like div call is equal to class is equal to row, and these are all calls, like this only the table will be. Now if we try to see the output, so now we are able to see the table column, right? I have added only 2 or what, 3 I have added, right? Okay, I didn't save it. So now 3 are there. Now if you want, what you can do is, normally what you will try to do, so you will try to add border is equal to 1, and if you want to write width is equal to 100%. So these are the things we using HTML, we'll try to implement it. Okay, so now what I can do, these are the things we can do it, right? So now by using this Bootstrap, how we can do it? So by using this Bootstrap, now what I can do is I can use a class is equal to table. I can use this one class. Now let's try to see how this one will be shifted. See, the class is, whenever I use it, so as soon as class is equal to table, automatically it has been shifted. The table has been shifted into somewhat nice manner, right? Now we will be having somewhat class also. We'll try to see it. So now we used the basic class is equal to table. Automatically this one has been shifted like this. Now let's say that here, right, we are having a header. So let's say that this is all t body. This is all t body. We know that this is all t body, and let's try to add it here at the bottom. So up to here this is a t body, and here we are having t head. Let's say that, so th will be having the name and the country, okay, company, position. Okay, so these are the heading titles we are having. See, now when you automatically changed it to class is equal table, all the CSS will be taken care by the Bootstrap. So if you try to see the CSS for this one, so there is no need to write single line of CSS for this one. So see, the table, everything is up, everything will be applied by the Bootstrap itself. Okay, so these are coming from tables as these all things. So everything will be applied from this table itself. So now you will be able to see all the things. Okay, so now you don't like this behavior means, so there are also some of the options in the tables which you can do it. So let's try to see. Now you want to give the colors. So colors also we'll try to discuss it. So we will be having actually in the colors. They didn't mention the colors or what, directly they jumped these all things. Okay, here they are having. Okay, these are all customization theme colors. So I'll try to see about the colors. Down they have mentioned it, I think. Control form, these are all JavaScript. Color and background. Here they have used this color and background. Okay. So Bootstrap offers some default colors for this one. So for our convenient to use it, I will try to tell you about these all colors. So if you want these colors means, so we can use these colors. Yeah, here striped row. So for example, if you have used this table hyphen stripe, so let's try to use this table hyphen stripe. Okay, so table hyphen stripe, if you try to use it, now if you try to see the output, so here alternative rows will be in the stripe, will be in somewhat gray color, so that we can have a differentiation between this one. Now if you want to have something like striped hyphen columns means, so you can have these all columns will be in the alternate columns will be in gray color. Now if you want the table entirely to be changed to another color means, you can use this table hyphen dark, so dark mode. So you can use something like table hyphen dark. Now you let's try to see the output. So these all things by using the combination you will be able to understand it. So table hyphen dark means entire table has shifted to dark without using any CSS. So we have shifted the table. So columns also the same thing. So colors means table hyphen success. I will try to tell you. Next we will cover the colors concept. Hover, yeah, this is also one of the concepts. For example, I want to use something like table hyphen hover. Okay. Now if you try to use this table hyphen hover, now whenever you hover here, so here see, whenever you are hovering on that particular row, that row will be highlighted with a different color. Okay, dark gray or light gray it will be depending on this table theme. So this is hoverable rows, you can do it. And active row means if you want to make it as an active row, so you can make a particular row as an active. So these are all different things. So you can play around the combination of these all things. You can understand small tables, large tables, these all things. So many things are there. So if you go on, so table things, it will take a lot of time. So these are all different types how you can do this. For caption, we know that for giving the table title, so we learned that caption, right? So for designing of this caption also we have. So caption, you can mention it, so it will come at automatically at the bottom. So if you want this caption to come at top also, so they will be having some class, I think. Yeah, caption icon top. So you can use this caption icon top, so that this caption will come at the top of this table. Caption icon bottom, you default is bottom only. So these things. So responsive table means you need to add table icon responsive. So these are the things only. So breakpoint, so wherever it will breakpoint. So if you want a particular breakpoint means, so you can use this MD, LG, XL, XXL. So how the column works, the same scenario, this table also works the same scenario. So this is all about the table. Let's try to see one of the important concept, that is colors thing. So what are the different types of colors we can, what I can say, that Bootstrap gives you by default. So these are the different colors you will be having in the Bootstrap. So first one is a primary color. So if you want this, what I can say, active blue color. So this one is somewhat gradient blue color it is. So bright blue color means, so this is a primary color. So we will call it as a primary color. And this is a secondary color. So the gray color is a secondary color. So whenever you want to show any success messages or anything means, you can use this success color. Okay, danger means error messages and all those things, we can use it using this danger color. Warning means yellow. Info means it's a sky blue color, something sky blue it is. Light means white. Dark means this. So now the names you need to remember. Bootstrap. So primary, secondary means gray, success means green, danger means right, warning means yellow, info means sky blue color, light means this white color, dark means dark. So these are the colors you will get out of the box from the Bootstrap. Okay. Now let's say that I am having something around. Now you can apply these all colors for this one. So for example, let's say that I am having a 2, I am having a P color. Okay, lorem ipsum. Now this is the text I am having. Now if I try to see here, so here at the top I am able to see the text. Now I want to convert this text to green color. Let's say green color. So we know that Bootstrap has a class. Green color means success. So you can use text hyphen success. Okay. So I want to show this text as a success color. Now see, automatically it has been shifted to green color. Now if you want this one something around primary color, so something vibrant color it is there, right? Vibrant blue. So it is shifted to like this. Let's say that I want to show it as a dark color. I can use the text hyphen dark. Now it has been shifted to like this. So like this, these names dark. So the prefix you can use like this as a prefix, and you can use it. So here you have used this table hyphen dark, right? So you can use something like, I don't know, so whether it will support or not. We'll use this primary color, how it will be. See, it has been shifted to primary color. Now we'll try to see warning. So we'll use this warning. Warning means yellow color. It is in yellow color. So that your entire website will be somewhat, if you are using warning means the entire website will be in the same color. So consistency of the colors will be there. So these are the common colors which are supported by the thing. So for example, if I want to apply a background color means I can use bg primary background color. So now if you try to see the entire thing will be in the bg primary. Now if I want to apply bg danger, okay, now it is bg danger. Now inside the text I want white color. I can use something like text light. Light is white color, I think, right? See, so now I can show somewhat a error message in such a way that email is required. I can use this email is required. So now if you try to see, so entire thing is there. So if adding the so gap and all those things we'll discuss. So now you can show this message email is required like this. Okay, depending on this one. So I want to show only half part means, so you can make it this one as a row. Okay, so this one as a row, and you can make it as this one as call-6. Okay, like this you need to understand. Now we have understood all the concepts. Now, oh, where is this one gone? Yeah, now I can use this one. So now it will show only exact this half part only. Oh, this one is column 6. Okay, now okay, we have applied the column means it will apply the border, right? We have written some CSS. So now here exactly it is taking half of the width only. Or otherwise what you want here, I want to take it, sir, I want to display this email is required at the center. Okay, let's try to remove this border. Now you understood about this one, right? No, I want to display this one at the center, sir. No, I don't want to display at the right side. Okay, fine, you can display it. So now how much it has been took? 6. Remaining how much are left? 6. So I want to equally distribute the what I can say, equally distribute the gaps between here left and the right. So here it should be 3 and here it should be 3. So now what I can do, offset hyphen sm hyphen what I can say, 3. Now I have given the 3. Now if you see, it is in the exactly center. So previously what they have did is, so you can also use something like ms hyphen auto or something they have shown you, right? So this one also you can use it. Oh, ms hyphen auto means it will go shift, it will go completely. But you can use this offset hyphen sm hyphen, see, exactly in the center. So if you want, you can. Now I want inside this text also to be center. Now what we have learned, text hyphen center. So we can use this text hyphen center. Now see, what are the concepts that we have learned? We have made this one as the center. So this is how we can do it. So giving the padding and all those things, you'll try to learn it. So the out of the concepts what we have learned, so we haven't written none of the CSS and we have implemented the concepts. Okay, so here somewhat one div has gone, so because of this reason. It's gone. Okay, fine. Okay, let's keep it like this only. So now you understood about this thing, right? What we have learned. Now let's try to see another concept. The colors is this one only. So here they are trying to see it. See, they are trying to make it this one, badge text hyphen bg hyphen primary. Okay. Now let's try to see some of what are the things they are providing it for us. Text hyphen bg hyphen primary. So what is this text? Okay. So automatically it will apply the text bg primary, and also the text it will apply the contrast color. So contrast color means the different color means opposite color. So why? Because to make the visible as a text. So instead of writing these all the things, what I can say, previously we have written, right, bg hyphen danger and text hyphen, right? Let's try to use this text hyphen bg hyphen danger. So this is the new one introduced, I think. So now you can use this combination. So let's try to see what is the thing you will get output. So the same output we are getting. Okay, so instead of adding the 2 classes, so they have used this one class at a time. So they are, so that we can apply it directly. So that is the thing they are trying to explain it. Okay, so added in 5.2.0. Okay, latest we have added, it seems. In 5.1.3 is it there? Okay, in 5.1.3 these are not there because of this reason. So in the latest 5.2 they are adding these all things. So adding this text hyphen bg. Previously we used to use bg hyphen primary and text hyphen light. Whatever the text we want, the color we used to apply. So here they are telling that the different types of color that are supported in the particular background. So if you want to change this yellow background black color to white color, means you can use text hyphen light. That is a different thing. So these are all the different colors they are supporting, and that's it. So most of the things are these things only, and the form concepts are there. Where is that form concept? So here you will be having the form concept. Form concept means nothing but designing of these forms. We'll see it in the later session. So up to here, these are the total Bootstrap thing. We have seen almost all the concepts in this one. So when we are doing this real-time project, so whatever the classes will come, so real-time concept, what it will try to come, I will try to explain you what are the classes we can use it at that place. So if you go on explaining all the classes, means you will get confused. So now tomorrow we will try to implement the one real-time project scenario. Let's try to do it some basic thing and one some complex thing. Then you will understand. Then you will get a clear idea how we can use this one without writing a minimum CSS code. I can't say that we should not write a single CSS also, but we can now see we have written without using any CSS. Maximum we have applied the CSS that are coming from the Bootstrap. So that is the concept I want to try to explain. Okay. So in tomorrow's session we will see about the real-time implementation of this Bootstrap.